Now, I'm going to give you one quick story about Bill Russell. They had just won a championship. And Boston was a racial town, as you probably might, well, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. That's why I was kind of asking about
He came,
Heron.
yeah, he came home after winning that championship, and they put a big cross on his front lawn and burned his house down. After he just won a championship, y'all, and you burn his house.
Yeah, it's your boy Chad Rob. We back, baby. Hey, man. So I got somebody from up north on the show. You know, I always be hating on Jay-Z and my top 5 rappers. I look in my inbox, man. I got a legend from NY. You from NY, right?
From New Bedford.
New Bedford. So hold on. Talk to me about that. What's the difference? I'm from the South, man. I'm from Alcoa, Tennessee, Louisville, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay. Yeah, I'm from Massachusetts, man.
Massachusetts.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Massachusetts. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
So I kind of did a little research on you. I don't like to do a whole lot because I like it to be, just two people introducing themselves to one another, networking.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've seen you wrote some really good articles. You've told me some stories about some things you've done, and I've read a couple things. So if you don't mind to introduce yourself to the people, let them know who you are.
My name is Michael Conceicao. I'm from New Bedford, Mass. I played high school ball at Bishop Stang High School out of Dartmouth, Massachusetts. I went on to play at Framingham State. Played point guard, captain, my last 3 years. Happened to have a nation's leading scorer on my team.
What?
I was third in the nation in assists. I had a pretty good college career, and went on to try out for the European tryouts, and happened to hurt my hip, and ultimately had 2 major hip replacements. So there went my playing career.
Wow.
Went on to become a high school basketball official, and got into that field, and pursued that for about 20 years, and worked at the Department of Corrections for 30 years, and recently retired from there. And I've been what they call a basketball historian from the beginning, and we do a lot of things in Bedford basketball-wise, and keeps me busy, keeps me motivated, and I enjoy it tremendously.
That's what's up. So, 2020's been a rough time.
Yes.
We've lost. So, my favorite college team because of Above the Rim was Georgetown. You remember the movie Above the Rim?
Yes.
Okay. So that was my absolutely favorite movie, and the team was Georgetown. That's where he was trying to get to. That was like the promised land in the movie, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so then Allen Iverson goes there.
Yes.
And I'm the biggest I've been an Allen Iverson fan since the day I saw him. Like, he was the realest basketball player I've ever seen. And I said all that to say 2020 has been a rough time. I know you said you've met Patrick Ewing. You have some Patrick Ewing stories, and I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I know, yes. And I know, like, that has to mean Georgetown, like Don, the coach, man, like, he's the first. John Thompson is the first the coach from Arkansas Razorbacks basketball, and John Thompson was the first black coaches I ever saw. Like coaching NCAA. I'm talking about my childhood a little bit.
Right.
And when you told me you had a Patrick Ewing story when you balled against Patrick Ewing,
yes,
I just had to mention John Thompson because 2020 has been a rough year.
It sure has. Man, we lost so many people out here in New Bedford, man. seems like every other day we're going to a wake or a funeral. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's been really depressing, man. So that's why, you know, I'm glad I got things to occupy my time, and I appreciate, you know, kicking it with you. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Kind of relieves the stress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I do appreciate this. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And so talk to me about Patrick Ewing, man. You hooped against him? How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
6 foot.
Yes.
Patrick Ewing 7 foot.
Yeah, he sure is. I'm gonna kick it back. Okay. After my freshman year at Framingham State, I was still of age to play in a tournament in Waltham, Massachusetts. What happened was he made it to the finals, and we played against Cambridge Ranger Land. This is where Pat Ewing went to high school, and he was a sophomore at that time in high school. So he was raw. He's very raw.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I'm gonna tell you a little quick story, which was kind of unique. We went there. There was another player on my team by the name of Tony DePina, and there was a coach there scouting for UMass. His name was Ray Wilson. Ray Wilson was the head coach that recruited Dr. J at UMass.
Wow.
So now the player that he was scouting was a guy by the name of Pedro de la Cruz, 6'9", out of the Dominican Republic. Anyway, so we jump ball, and jump ball goes up. Pat Ewing against Pedro de la Cruz, and about 2 minutes into the game, Pedro de la Cruz breaks his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that was on my team, Tony DePina, ended up getting 34 points against Pat Ewing and went on to get a full scholarship at UMass. Now, getting back to Pat Ewing, at that time he was very raw. You could tell how great he probably could become. And very quiet, very shy, couldn't speak very good English at that time.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's early.
Yes, and if you look back, you probably won't know this. He had a rough time in Cambridge. He wasn't really accepted at first. He had a very difficult time at first.
Wow.
You know, coming from where he came from and couldn't speak the language very well. So he had to do a lot of adaptation. Another guy who was close with him, a guy by the name of Romeo Robinson. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Romeo Robinson. That sounds familiar.
He played at Michigan.
Okay.
Played NCAA championship.
Yes, sir.
He came a little bit after, but I mean, he's from that same area. And Pat Ewing, also, he used to come down, I'll discuss later on, in our shootouts in the Bedford. He came down to the Bedford and played in our shootouts. Of course, he got MVP. And then I remember going to this place called Nine Lansdowne in Boston. And matter of fact, was celebrating my birthday.
When's your birthday? When's your birthday?
June 11, 1960.
That's what's up.
And,
That's what's
we
up.
was in the club, you know, doing our thing, and just how good my memory is. I remember because, of course, he's 7 foot, and he had just finished his freshman year at Georgetown. Walking out, he had a red shirt on, jeans, and black shoes. And I remember he still remembered me, and that's something that I to this day, you know, that brings me back fond memories. But yeah, I went to his high school game afterwards just to follow up on his career, and what a great team they had. They had a guy named Kyle Hobbs who played at UConn.
Okay.
Who also was assistant coach at UConn, who ended up being a coach at George Washington.
Okay.
And now is coaching Rutgers. He's assistant coach at Rutgers. But so I'm very familiar. I met a couple of my roommates in college from Cambridge, Maryland. So I mean, I got to know Pat very well. He's a very respectful person, quiet, shy. Believe it or not, this is back in the day. Very quiet, very shy, and was just dynamite people, man.
That's what's up.
Dynamite.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Man, well, I appreciate that story. And like going back to 2020.
Okay.
I remember like the first part of this year. I know we're going into January. And then I remember the very first part of this year thinking I had like days like it wasn't real. Something didn't feel real.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's, you know, it just explains this whole year. Just it started off, you know, when Kobe passed away, it was tough.
Yeah.
you know, and I don't even know him, or I haven't made it any type of level basketball, any sport. But like Kobe was like kind of almost my coming into manhood. Him and AI, them battles. You see what I'm saying? I was an AI fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was an AI fan. I was rooting against Kobe. You know what I'm saying? But I still saw him though. You know, every game I saw come from high school. That was dope. Brandy, taking her to the prom. That's dope.
Yes.
You know, he was rapping. That was cool. He had the fro, temp fade and stuff. So that was cool. But I know you said, you know, and rest in peace, you know, Kobe Bryant. Like I said, this year's been crazy. But you said you his dad. What you got kind of story you got to talk about his dad, man? Is that Bean Bryant? Is that who that is?
Also, what I was interested in doing was I became the color commentator for UMass Diamond basketball out here in Diamond, Mass.
Okay.
And we had a player by the name of Marcus Heltman, who was a phenomenal football player, and another guy by the name of Marcus Wills, another phenomenal ball player. And after Marcus's collegiate career ended, Marcus Wills went on to play at the University of Maine. And there was a guy by the name of Dan Savage. He played at UMass Diamond, and he went on to Vegas, and he ended up, I guess, running into some money. So he decided to develop a pro team out here in Massachusetts called the Boston Frenzy. And as I said, I was the color commentator for the UMass Diamond basketball team. They then asked me to be a color commentator for the Boston Frenzy with a guy by the name of Pat Riley. Not the one you're talking about, but Pat Riley.
Yeah, I know Pat Riley. Oh, not the one I'm talking about. Okay.
No.
Okay.
He's by the name of Pat Riley, this time broadcaster. And so then they had one of the very first practices, they had a place called Bedford Boys and Girls Club. And they asked me to officiate the practice. It's on tape too, by the way. And I didn't know too much about the team. I just knew it was a professional team coming to our area, which we never really had a professional team. So we was like, what's going on? So they asked me to officiate, me and my good friend George Mendes, and we in the club, and we see all these players coming in. I was like, wow, great. A lot of great talent from all over the country. And I'm looking around, and all of a sudden I see someone coming through the door. Sure enough, it was Joe Bryant. He is the head coach of the Boston Frenzy.
Wow.
So, also on that team, by the way, Moses Malone's son.
Moses Malone's son?
Yes. Don't look nothing like Moses. Light skin, lighter than me. For real.
That's
Facts.
what's up.
He's about 6'5", good shooter.
Yeah.
Didn't play nothing like his dad. But he was on the team. A few other players that were well known were on the team at that time. But that's where my first introduction to Joe Bryant. Very personable, very friendly, energetic. Was he was very fundamentally sound and taught his players all the fundamentals of the game. And he really got into coaching. You know what I mean? He was really, really into it. What happened was, unfortunately, we did about 9 games, and then the team folded, which is unfortunate. But there's one little quick story I got to tell you real quick. About maybe 2-3 games into the season, Dan Savage decides to get a couple of players, recruit a couple of players, and 2 of them players were from the M1. One was the helicopter.
Okay.
Number 1, and the second one was Spider, and he brought them on to the Boston Frenzy. Now here I am just watching them on TV doing all kind of crazy stuff. Yeah. And showing up, everybody here in New Bedford. You know what I mean? So I know they would travel all over the country, in New York City and all that. Yeah. Now they're in small town New Bedford now. I was bugging out. Keep it real with you,
Yeah, for sure. I would have been bugging out too.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, once people found out that they were on the team, we sold the place out. They were off.
Really?
Helicopter was no joke.
See, I don't remember Helicopter. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember him. Did the
He was like
360?
the main focus on that team.
Really?
Oh, helicopter.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember him.
50-inch vertical leap. You gotta remember.
Yeah, I do. Actually, I do. Actually, I do.
He
He was in the
He's only
beginning.
about 6'1".
Yeah, he was in the beginning too. Like one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, that was
You know
it.
about Spider?
Nah, not much.
Oh, man, you gotta look it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, I'm gonna put it. Actually, I'm gonna put a link right here on the screen.
Well, the thing about Spider, whenever he dunked, he would always go and hold the rim and put his feet up on the back. That's how he got the name Spider.
Okay. So, cause I was big into like hot sauce, and you that's what hot sauce.
No disrespect.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't think it was no. Nah, I didn't. Yeah, no, nothing like that. I was just saying like in general, like hot sauce was the truth. He was my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know all the details of why he just chose those two to come and play.
Yeah.
I don't know all the
Oh yeah, no. I was just saying I don't remember. Man, I don't really remember Spider. I don't think so. I'm gonna look him up though. Yeah. No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. So everybody that come on the podcast, man, and I got to know this, and we'll get right back to basketball. But being from New Bedford, man, if you could give me your top 5 artists, man, your rap artists of all time, your go-to.
See, I'm gonna get in trouble right now. You asked me that question, but...
Nah, I need to know. 5 being the least, 1 being the first. The number 1.
I'm gonna go LL.
Okay. Yeah, he popular on the podcast. Yeah, he's popular on the podcast. So that's 1 or 5.
Man, you making things tough for me. I'm 60 years old, man.
Man, you good, man. You said your memory was sharp. That's what you said.
You put me on the spot.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's the podcast. The hashtag iAMWHOiAM podcast.
How about Rakim?
Yeah, he dope. So is that 4? Is that 2?
That's 4, I think.
Okay. So who's your number 3?
I got one more to go. I go Dre.
Ooh. So 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So Dre 1.
Okay, Dre's 1.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah, I'll put Dre number 1.
Okay.
Snoop 2.
Okay.
Oh, Tupac. I got to put Tupac up in there.
Okay.
Come on, I got to put Tupac in there.
Okay, now we say
Biggie's small. You put Biggie in there.
Yeah.
Now we're rolling now.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, that's more than 5.
All right,
Yeah. Yeah, that's more than 5. So yeah, that's what's up. So, man, when you type,
Can I interject one more thing that I must say?
Tell me, talk to me.
Talking about rappers.
Okay.
Now, there was one that's originally from New Bedford.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Tremendous things.
That's what I want to hear.
And right now.
Yeah.
You can look him up. He's all over the place. Matter of fact, he's been hanging with Oprah Winfrey.
Really?
Real. He's from New Bedford, Mass.
New Bedford, Mass.
Check him out.
Would you just
New
type?
Bedford,
What?
Mass. He done performed with everybody. You name it. He's all over. He was Snoop, Dre, anybody you can name. He's done work. Shaquille O'Neal. He's the one that produced Shaquille O'Neal's the first albums way back in the day.
Really?
Yes, his name is Dwayne "The Rock" Ramos.
That's what's up.
You look him up. Dwayne "The Rock" DAROCK Ramos.
That's what's up. He all over the place.
He's doing things.
That's what's up.
So I want to give a shout out to him, of course.
Yeah, no doubt.
Tremendous things.
No doubt.
What would you go into now?
Well, I mean, you mentioned Larry Bird when we were.
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
Larry Bird, man, he used to be my. He used to be my number 2 small forward of all time. He used to be.
Who is your number 1?
LeBron James is number 1, small forward. Then Dr. J. Dr. J was a 3, right?
Yeah, he was a 3.
Yeah, that's my number 2. He was my number 1 for the longest, Dr. J.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Getting back to Larry Bird again. I went to Framingham State. There was a small town off of Natick, and what they did was they practiced at Hellenic College in Natick, Mass. and I was going into my sophomore year, and one of my teammates was from Framingham. He knew the area very well, and he talked about the Celtics having their practices there. And I remember we went early, and I remember walking in the gym, and this is right after they lost to Michigan State, and the Celtics ended up getting him. And I walked in the gym. He was at the far end of the gym, just watching him shoot, and I was in awe. I was like, wow, this is Larry Bird. You know what I mean? That was the year that they drafted Dudley Brown. It was that same year. And it was experiencing at that time. And then again, the very following year, I'm working the Boston Celtics basketball camp in Marshfield, Mass. All right? And it was a great camp. It was the Celtics rookie camp.
Okay.
And Red Outback, of course, was there. And two things I want to bring up real quick. I remember playing the game the very first couple of days, and I felt like I was out of my league.
Yeah.
This town was great, 7-footers, 7'1", 6'10". I was like, man, Mike, you out of pocket. You don't belong here. You really don't belong here. And the very next day, I decided, I'm going to give it my best shot again, because I was going to leave camp, because I was that depressed at myself, the way I was performing. I wasn't playing up to my capabilities. And I remember that very next day we played, and I remember going to the cup. I remember on the right-hand side, did a spin move, hit a shot off the backboard, won the game, and then I remember Red Outback calling me over to half court. Young fella, pretty good. But he said, you know something? You need to lose some weight. He said, you need to look like that individual that was, shooting at the other end of the court.
Yeah.
His name was Al McLean. And Al went on, at the end of the week, what happened was they chose out of all the counselors, which I was at the time, to go play against the Celtics rookies.
Yeah.
And Al McLean was one of them that played, and he did very well in fact. Ended up getting drafted by the Houston Rockets. He didn't stick. But the thing about Larry Bird, which I want to bring out, is, again, we were counselors at the camp at Marshall. And, we had our kids, and at that time it was outdoors, it was in a log cabin. And, of course, we could take the kids to go eat breakfast and all that stuff. But in the back of the log cabin was Larry Bird again. And this is something that you may not be kind of upset me was two things. One, he was in the back eating cereal.
Larry Bird.
One thing that really surprised me. I'm gonna
Wow.
tell you
Wow.
The audience would be surprised that Larry Bird is left-handed.
What?
Larry Bird is left-handed. Larry Bird was eating cereal with his left hand. If you ever notice, you ever look at anything, Larry Bird signs autograph, when he does sign an autograph, it's with his left hand.
Wow.
And what happened was the kids always went around to try to get autographs, and he would never sign one. And that, to this day, that upsets me so much, man. The fact that he wouldn't even sign autographs for the kids. Whereas Kevin McHale was at the camp also. Kevin was like signing autographs. Matter of fact, at the end of the week, they had a pizza and beer party. Kevin hung out with us. Great time.
Yeah.
Comedian, off the hook.
What?
Larry Bird was more of a loner. Kind of to himself.
Yeah.
Didn't seem like he really wanted to be there.
Yeah.
He was just there for whatever reasons, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I remember at the end of the week, all the counselors sat there, and Red Outback gave us a speech. Me and me, always being very inquisitive, I asked him, because he had one ring on. He had one ring, although he won 11. He had one ring on. I said, Mr. Outback, what ring do you have on? And he went and said it was his very first ring he ever won as a coach in the Boston Celtics. At that time, it was a real little small ring, real tiny ring. I'll never forget it. It was a real small ring. That's what I take. That's my take on Larry Bird. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Phenomenal player, but
kind of well, I can dig that. But so since we in Boston, Chris Herring, I saw a 30 for 30 on him. I never knew who that was. You know what I'm talking about?
Who does not know Chris
Oh,
Herring?
okay, just making sure. I don't know. But he was a baller. I didn't realize, like, after when I was watching the 30 for 30, man, I was like, man, this kid is like a baller. Made it all the way to the league with a lot of, like that. I mean, that's unheard of.
Yeah, if you look back, well, I appreciate his game as a youngster.
Really?
And you can tell,
That's what's
up.
up.
Tell that he had talent way back then.
Like we talking what? We talking like 9th grade, or we talking like 4th, 5th, 6th?
No, high school? 8th grade, because it was at the recreational tournaments.
That's what's up.
And I refereed his games, and you could tell he had talent.
Yeah.
And you could tell that he was a lot better than the other kids. You know what I mean? And he also had a very good teacher. And if you watch the 30 for 30 you're talking about, God, he has older brother Mike here.
Yeah.
Was a two-time player of the year.
Really?
Player of the year. Yes. So he had a good person to teach him how to play the game the right way.
Wow.
And his brother was a phenomenal player. Went to BC.
Yep.
He got hurt.
That's where Heron went too, right? Chris. BC.
Let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Heron's father went to BC.
Oh, wow.
Mike went to BC. Chris went to BC. Chris's son was at BC last year. He transferred over to San Diego State. So there's a BC connection, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir.
But to talk about Chris Herring, he was a phenomenal player. Now, back here in New Bedford, there was a rivalry. Chris went to Durfee High School. There's another player out here. The one I was talking about, Marcus Wills, played at New Bedford.
Yeah.
And it was a big-time rivalry. I mean, you couldn't get a seat out. It was crazy. It was phenomenal. Both of them had, who could question who was better than the other.
Yeah.
They both had tremendous high school careers, tremendous college careers. Chris was an outstanding ball player, and even though obviously he had some downturns in his life, he's doing some tremendous things now. The Heron Project, dealing with substance abuse and helping out so many people, doing so many things. He's traveling all over the country, giving lectures and speeches on his pitfalls and how to overcome those.
Yes, sir.
Not get into them. And he's doing some tremendous things. His brother Mike doing some things, great things out here in the Fall River, New Bedford area also.
So that's not far from you then?
15 minutes from.
Oh, okay.
So, we close.
Yeah.
Close.
That's what's up. So where is DePaul from you? Like how far is DePaul? See, I'm from the South. I'm trying to get my maps together.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
DePaul is a Division I. At one time they were one of the top colleges in the nation for a while back. You know a guy by the name of Mark Aguirre?
Mark McGuire, the home run hitter?
Mark Aguirre.
No.
I mean, you young. Mark Aguirre, I'll put it this way. He was on the championship team when the Detroit Pistons won the championship.
Oh yeah, I did see him on that Bad Boys 30 for 30. Now that you say that, yeah, I do remember that name, but I don't remember his game or nothing. No, I don't remember his game.
Mark Aguirre was one of the top 5 scorers for DePaul University in the nation.
Wow.
Mark Aguirre was unbelievable. He led the league in scoring 3 years in the NBA.
Really?
He played for the Dallas Mavericks. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mark Aguirre is about 6'6". He's probably the most famous one to come out of DePaul. But to answer your question, Paul is out of Chicago, Illinois.
And see, okay, that's what I was thinking. It was. Yes. That's what I was thinking. Yes. The reason why, like.
About DePaul, though, unfortunately, their first 6 games this year have been canceled, postponed due to the pandemic and the virus.
Wow.
They were supposed to play tomorrow, Friday, matter of fact, against Seton Hall in the Big East tournament. That got canceled. They were supposed to play on national TV Sunday, and I feel bad for them, man. They're making all this travel, and they traveled all the way to Iowa State. Game got canceled. The game that was scheduled for Friday at Madison Square Garden at Seton Hall canceled.
Wow.
The next game ain't scheduled now December 18th. And as I told you before, the head coach is from New Bedford, Mass. Another one from New Bedford.
So talk to me about him, man.
New Bedford showing out.
For real.
He played. We started off. Matter of fact, we've been knowing each other since about 11 years old. He went to California. We were about the same height, at about 6 foot. He went to California. He came back. He was 6'8". I was still 6 foot, believe it or not. But he went on to get a Division I scholarship at Northeastern under Jim Calhoun. He then went to after he graduated, he was working in L.A. Jim Calhoun called him up. Hey man, you want to be an assistant coach? Dave said sure. Didn't know anything about being an assistant coach. Didn't know anything about recruiting or traveling around recruiting, scouting. But he started from scratch, and he was for 17 years. Then went back to his alma mater, Northeastern, where they had a great player by the name of Lonnie Harrell. They went to the NCAA championship. Well, they made it to the tournament anyway, and they ended up playing pretty well. But the next year, Lonnie didn't play, and then Dave suffered. His team was not very good. And then he went back to UConn under Calhoun and said, "Look, I'm gonna learn everything I can from Mr. Calhoun, so I can get it correct." He left UConn, went to DePaul, and after DePaul, he got the head coaching job at Virginia, where he was ACC Coach of the Year.
What?
Yes, he was. But then the following year, Virginia went 10-18, and then he got fired. Then he ended up being assistant coach at Tulsa. Then he went on to become assistant coach at Missouri. And then 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, might have been 3, he was offered a job back at DePaul.
Wow.
He got the job. He's doing very well. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
I'm very proud of him. Again, he's from New Bedford too. I'm trying to blow up New Bedford.
Man, hey, man.
Let me tell you something. That New Bedford is kind of known for a lot of gang violence and a lot of bad things. You know what I'm saying?
That's I thought. That. So you remember that movie? I think they're in New Bedford. It's 4 dudes and the light skinned dude that played in Jason's Lyrics in it. I can't think of the name of it. Was they in New Bedford? You know which movie what's the name of that movie, man? It'll come to me in a second.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I can tell you that, we get a bad rap. And some of it deservedly so. But there are so many good things, so many good people in New Bedford who are doing big things, despite being, from the hood, despite being growing up in the projects and poor and all that, you know what I mean? And we had some people who had gone to some very successful people, and I'm proud of them. And that's kind of what I do now. Before, I do a lot of, I like to recognize individuals and bring up New Bedford as opposed to, bringing them down. I've been known for giving out community service awards. I've given out over 150 so far. I do a lot of stuff, for the community because the community was good to me. You know what I mean? So that's what I do. And I also feel like I'm blessed because as I don't know if I told you, one of my best friends in the world, the NBA referee, which gave me access to see a lot of things that normally I wouldn't have seen. And having David Lato, head coach at DePaul, all the coaching he's done, I've been all over the East Coast, and I got to some tremendous people.
That's what's up.
I can give you a couple of stories real quick. I remember when he was at Northeastern, I was working at the prison at the time. He said, "I got this young skinny dude, man. You got to check him out. He's nice." I said, "Dave, come on, man. He ain't got no game. He ain't got it." Ended up being Reggie Lewis.
Really?
Who he recruited.
Really?
Oh, there's another one. So Dave invited us to go to Connecticut. It was a Vin Baker on one side. He had his own All-Star team, and Ray Allen had his own All-Star team. So right before the game, again, Dave tells me, pulls my coat, said, "Look, man, see those 2 guys? Those are our recruits. Yeah, one of them just got done playing in the McDonald's All-Star game." I'm looking at him, I'm like, "Dave, are you serious?" Rip Hamilton. I said, "Oh my, I guess I'm a bad judge of talent." You know what I mean?
Wow.
Dave,
Rip was the truth. Rip was the truth.
You'd be surprised who he recruited. He has his whole Reggie Lewis, Ray Allen. He recruited all of them.
Wow.
He has them all in his arm, but he has
So-
a coin space.
So
At least 25 now.
So since you such a big basketball fan, I've got to know this. Then I've got to know this. And by the way, Blue Hill Avenue, that don't sound familiar.
Oh, that's Boston. Yes.
That's what. Okay, that was Boston. Okay, I thought it was New Bedford.
Yes.
My bad. That's my bad. That's
Oh,
my
yes.
bad. Yeah, that's my bad.
Yes.
But
I know about that.
yeah. So top 5 NBA players of all time. Yo, Mount Rushmore.
All right. Now I'm gonna go back a little way because then I got a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's why I want to know. That's why I want to know. Your top 5 NBA players.
I had to go top. Do I go by position or just top 5?
Let's do top 5, and then if we got some time, we'll do top 5 position. But let's do top 5 of all time. Okay, I'll give you mine.
Okay.
LeBron, scratch that. AI's number 2. Jordan and LeBron go back and forth between 1 and 3. One of them is 1, one of them is 3. Then I gotta go 4. 4 is where it gets tricky for me, man. It really does. I gotta go Magic. And then 5. And it changes every time, man. My top 5 changes every time. So if I gotta go 5, I'm gonna go Dr. J. That's my top 5.
I gotta go Will Chamberlain. I gotta go Bill Russell.
Ooh.
I gotta go Lou Alcindor. I gotta go. We said 5, so that's 3. Those are 3 centers. But you said my top 5.
Yeah,
those
your top 5.
And then of course I gotta go Oscar Robertson, and I gotta go. Michael Jordan.
Oh wow. Okay. So you got Jordan below Bill Russell. Bill Russell is all I hear like your mainstream commentators say his rings don't mean nothing, Jordan's rings mean everything. Cause all I keep hearing is 6-0, 6-0. Well, Russell was what? He wasn't 11-0, but he didn't lose in the finals, did he?
Lost 1 year to Will Chamberlain, 1968.
Wow. So he does have an L. So that's the argument.
Yeah, that's the argument. You know, and the thing about it too, 'cause like I said, I'm a trivia buff, and I don't have Google. I don't use Google.
Yeah.
And I used to be a real fixture on stats. Did you know that Will Chamberlain got the most rebounds in one game, and it was 55. Wow. And he did it against Bill Russell.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you look it up.
No. That's hard though. 55.
Yes, 55 rebounds.
On the guy that won. I guess he had been 10-0 or 9-0.
Yes.
Wow.
And he got 55 rebounds. Will Chamberlain was phenomenal. He averaged 50.4 points a game in 1 year. Does that 50 points a game?
Wow.
Will Chamberlain did. Look at his record; it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
He just didn't have the team that Russell had 7 or 8 Hall of Famers. You know how many Chamberlain had? 2. So you can tell the team that they had, the Celtics just had a better team. If you put Chamberlain on the Celtics, forget it.
Wow.
Forget it's a wrap. You know, and I also go by because, you know, again, the reason why I choose those guys too is for what they did off the court and what they sacrificed for us. Now, I'm going to give you one quick story about Bill Russell. They had just won a championship. And Boston was a racial town, as you probably might, well, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. That's why I was kind of asking about Karen.
Yeah, he came home after winning that championship, and they put a big cross on his front lawn and burned his house down. After he just won a championship, y'all, and you burn his house. And if you check it out, yeah, and I'm sure you will, Bill Russell, after his playing days, he decided he would never come back to Boston. And he didn't come back unless he had to do, he was working for CBS at the time. He said, I would never go back to Boston. He did not go to Boston for 25 years. And he finally decided, as he was getting older, they finally put a statue up of Bill Russell. And that's when he came down. 25 years later. So stuff like that crosses my mind, what they did for the people like LeBron and Jordan, etc. So I think out of those terms, Lou Alcindor was real big when Muhammad Ali, at that time Cassius Clay, when he went to become Muhammad Ali, and he lost 3 years of his boxing career. Again, Lou Alcindor, Jim Brown, Bill Russell, they all formed that unity that helped Muhammad Ali deal with the 3 years that he was wrongly convicted and lost his boxing career. So I go back from a historical point.
Yeah.
And what means a lot to me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just like
no
a lot
doubt.
of people don't know about Oscar Robinson. If it wasn't for Oscar Robinson, a lot of players would not have free agency. A lot of players wouldn't have, because back then, I don't want to bore you to death, but back then,
You ain't boring me to death, man. I'm learning
a
something.
lot of things that we take for granted, they didn't have it back then.
Right.
And what it took for people like Oscar Robinson, Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell, all them guys, 1961 All-Star game, what happened was they got, matter of fact, those players back then, they would play on the team with their white teammates, but after the game, they couldn't go eat with them.
Yeah, I saw that in the movie Jackie. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm from a different... Yeah, Jackie Robinson. Yeah, no, I get it, yeah.
So, things like that mean a lot to me. And, again, free agency. What happened in that 1961 All-Star games, I'll tell you about this, was Oscar Robinson said, okay, it was on national TV All-Star game. He said, we're not going to play. We are not going to play.
So this been happening.
Until you meet our demands. We're not going to step on this court. And they realized, we better do something. And that started the whole ball game rolling. And to this day, Oscar Robinson is barred from the NBA. He can no longer work for the NBA. Lou Alcindor. Again, didn't score NBA history. Can't get a job in the NBA. It's because of that.
Yeah. And it's really cool that we had that conversation, because us young people, even people younger than me, people your age, a little bit younger than you, we all had different like generations of what we saw and stuff. So like we getting all the benefits of all the hard work that y'all put in for us, but a lot of people don't want to respect where they came from. It's all about right now, and and I see that a lot, and that's kind of what this podcast is for, just to kind of shed light on stuff like that, and like you can do what you want to do type of mentality. So like them guys stood up for us and was like, hey, this is how it's gonna be. But they didn't even know they were standing up for us. They were standing up for what was right whole time.
Exactly.
The whole time. And it's like, and we getting all the benefits of it, because it's getting a little righter, but it's slow. But it's just. But it's crazy that they've been doing the exact same. Nothing's changed. They still doing the same thing. It's like.
And and I give a great deal of appreciation, because you got people like right nowadays, you got LeBron and you got Chris Paul. Chris Paul is the head of the Players Association. He got, not school, but he got knowledge about what the people in the past have done. And there's some, again, your listeners can pay attention to. The NBA players, a lot of them didn't make a lot of money back then.
No, they didn't.
They didn't reap the benefits that the players do now. But people like LeBron, people like Chris Paul made a point that X amount of dollars were going to go to players who played back in the day who might have health issues, health insurance, things of that nature. This is what the players like LeBron and Chris Paul and the Players Association are doing for the players who did so much so that they can reap the benefits and make $35 million, $40 million a year. So I give a lot of big kudos to those players. Didn't forget them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That means a lot to me.
And it's dope, because Michael Jordan always said you can't compare eras. LeBron say it ain't no comparison. Everybody says it's no comparison. So that's respect, and that's what it's about. It's respecting the people that came before you. and respect and game. But I won't hold you all night. But if you want to leave them with something, let them know where they can find you. I know you said you had a dope clothing line. If you want to talk to me about that,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, yes, sir. I actually wore it tonight. Again, one of my good friends, the NBA referee Eric Brittle, he has a line called True Bounce. And again, that was started after his refereeing days. He decided he wanted to come up with an idea to improve the game. And his concept back in the day was to develop a backwood which emphasized the true bounce off the backwood. And his backwood was different than anybody else in the country. And if you all look, if people look up True Bounce, that's TRUE Bounce, BOUNCE, you will see that his backwards are all over the country.
That's what's up.
And of course, now he developed a clothing line, which is True Bounce. And all you have to do is go to his web, and you can get all the information. And I'm telling you right now, it's big around the country right now, but we hope to get it even bigger.
Yes, sir. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show, man. When you reached out to me, man, it was dope, man. I was so excited to have you on, man. You got so much wisdom. I'm gonna definitely have to get you back on. We're gonna have to chop it up some more and get some more of that history, because you got so much to tell us.
I didn't tell you about the Dr. J stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can tell us if you got a minute. You can tell us. Yeah, if you got a minute. But yeah, I mean, shoot, Dr. J. I mean, yeah, we can. Hey, that's a heck of a way to wrap it up. That Dr. J, man. So. That mother went behind the backboard, man, and was in the air for 45 seconds. It seemed like, and he just ducked under. He went behind it, came up under, then came back in. He was out of bounds. It was like people was pushing him out of bounds, and then he came back in, and just with the fro, just with froed out in Converse.
Yes.
Chuck Taylor's. So yeah, go ahead, man. We say Dr. J, man. Dr. J, like I said, man, Dr. J is up there for me.
Thank you for letting me stay on longer. Well, I'm gonna preface it by saying, first of all, Nate Archibald came down to New Bedford when the Celtics were donating parks or contributing to parks in all the low-income housing areas, and Nate Archibald came down and did a clinic for the people at a place called United Front here in New Bedford, and I was fortunate enough to play against Nate Archibald. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, I'm 16 years old, and we hear Dr. J's come to New Bedford High School, and we're like, what? Because back then, they only had 3 channels. There was no cable. There was none of that. Just 3: ABC, NBC, and CBS.
Yeah.
And I saw we just read, Sports Illustrated stuff about him, but I really never got to really see him because his games weren't televised back then.
Wow. So anyway, really? Dr. J wasn't on TV?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
Absolutely. Because you remember he played in the ABA.
Right. Oh yeah.
It was not televised.
Wow.
So he was like a I don't know. He was like a hero. He was like something that legendary because we never really got to see him. So when we found out he was coming to Bedford High School, we all went, and the place was sold out, 5,000 people, which is a lot in Bedford. And I remember distinctly him coming in with his big afro. He had a gray shirt, gray sweatpants, Converse on, and I recall the place was just like in awe, like shocked. And he came in, and they introduced him, and he welcomed everybody. And this is probably going to shock a lot of people. He got the ball in his hand, and people expected him to go dunk right away. That's not what happened at all.
Wow.
What he did was he stressed the fundamentals, and he did a lot of things that were fundamentally sound. And he specifically told the crowd, look, you think what I do, it may look easy, but I had worked on the fundamentals before I could adapt my game to make it look like y'all see it. So what he did was he did the basic fundamentals, And the crowd at that time they didn't expect it. They wanted to dunk. No. He said, you got to learn from scratch. Learn the fundamentals. Learn everything you need to learn. You can't just come up and do what I do. You know what I mean? So what he did was, first thing he did, he goes, after a while, he said, look, give me the highest leaper in the building. Give me the highest jumper in the building. Give me whoever. There was a guy by the name of Gus Hodge comes down. He's about 6'6". Tells Gus, look, Gus, touch the net. Hands. Gus touches the net. Now Gus is like this. He said, Gus, touch the backboard. 2 hands. Gus said, okay. He said, Gus, touch the rim. 2 hands. Gus touches the rim. He's like, oh, sure, I got this. Doctor says, okay. Touch the net without bending your knees. Check it out. Think about it. Touch the net without bending your knees. Touch the backboard without bending your knees. Everybody's like, ooh. Then he says, touch the rim without bending your knees. Now, 1976 All-Star game, you can look it up. He does this dunk that he's about to show us. It's a dunk, he grabs 2 balls. He goes up, boom, boom, without bending his knees. If you watch the 1976 All-Star game, where the dunk contest, when he's going against David Thompson, he does that exact dunk. So anyway, he then says, okay, well, who's the best 7, 8 ball players out here? People, everybody was scared to go up, you know?
Yeah.
People are nudging me. Mike, you got to go out there, Mike. Come on, man. You belong here. You better go out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh. So we all go down. We go, about 7 of us go. David Leo was another one that was there. We go half court. He introduces. We shake hands. His hands were so huge. And I'm shaking, man. I'm 16 years old, man. And my hands are shaking. And I remember he said, get comfortable. So I remember I had a purple shirt on, pants. Don't ask me why I remember all this stuff. But then he goes, I remember I was only 16 years old. I had change in my pocket. I remember trying to get comfortable. All my change balls on the floor. I was laughing. So anyway, we're playing. We're doing that thing.
Yeah.
First player comes up. Games with 2. First
Yeah.
player comes up. Here's 2 jumpers. Bang, bang. He's out. Next guy comes up. Bang, bang. He's out. Now it's my turn.
Yeah.
I come up on him. I'm right in him. He comes. He takes a jump shot. Hits back the rim and goes out. I get the ball. I go to the corner. I do my little between the legs spin. I go do a left hook. Don't go in. Gets the ball. You got to clear it. Gets the ball. Goes up to midway through the foul line at the top of the key. He takes another jump shot. Boom. It hits the back of the rim. Now, I'm underneath the rim like this. And I see the ball. I focus the ball. I recognize the ball. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, big hands come up, grab the ball, completely does a 360 in the air, and I was like, oh. What am I in for? I said, this is crazy. I said, everybody standing up in the uproar, clapping, going crazy.
Wow.
And it was about 3 more people afterwards. Only one person scored. His name was Darren Watkins. He ended up scoring the only bucket against them. And then that's when the doctor said, everybody come on down. Everybody come down. Everybody got in a big circle. And then doctor went bang, 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 left hand, right hand, backboard. He did it. He put on a tremendous
Like
show.
a dunk contest.
People in awe.
That's what's up.
1976. He was doing windmills. He was doing off the backboard.
Crazy.
The most unbelievable thing I've ever seen in person. Ever.
That's what's up. Yeah, Dr. J, man. Like I said, like I told you, when he went behind the back, they was pushing him out of bounds. He was still in free throw line. I mean, Dr. J, man. Dr. J. But man, I really appreciate you coming on the podcast, man. It means a lot to me because you have a lot of wisdom, and I really want to push for our youth and our elders. We all gotta work together. Like respect the people that's been there, man. You've been there. You've seen things. Like I can't argue LeBron and Bill Russell because I never saw Bill Russell play. You saw them both.
Yes.
You saw them both. Jordan, Bill Russell. You saw them both. You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta understand something too. The fact is, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, KD, it's a different era.
Yes. Different game.
Different concept, different game.
Different rules.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the game has evolved into what it is now.
Yeah.
But it had to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now they're saying, well, you know, they weren't as athletic back then. Fact. They couldn't shoot as well. Fact. But there's also different training methods.
Exactly.
There's a whole lot of things that go involved.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And again, you got these players, like, for example, Ronnie Hawkins, good player in this era. No doubt. Elgin, back in their name, you probably won't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know Elgin Bailey, but yeah.
Oscar Robinson was a 6'6" guard.
Yeah.
George Gervin, Iceman. You know what I mean? Bernard King, I can go on and on.
Yeah.
Good play in this era.
Yeah.
But the game is involved. Look how good the basketball players are now.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
Exactly. Yeah, because you getting pro level training almost in middle school.
So I mean, a lot of people, you know, of course, I get big props to LeBron, all them dudes, man.
Yeah. All the eras was the truth.
That's
and they all and I feel,
you know, you hear all these shows. Who's the best?
Can't be a best. It can't be.
Why can't everybody be the best?
Well, it can't be a best.
Hey, they're all great.
Yeah. Yeah, it can't be a best.
At the end of the day, they all entertained us.
Yes.
And that's what we're here.
And that's what
it's. We enjoy the game.
And that's what it is.
Why does someone have to be the best?
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, it's just, it's a conversation to have. It's definitely a conversation to have, and that's what we like is conversations. Because like I learned something today. I learned something today from you about Oscar Robertson and Will Chamberlain that I didn't realize. I didn't realize he put up 55 rebounds on him. That does just kind of qualify you. And I didn't realize Bill Russell had a loss on his. I thought he was 11 straight in a row, but I thought he won 11 and didn't lose any championships. I didn't realize.
Definitely
I didn't realize Will beat him. But that's hard, man. That's hard, man. I definitely got to get you back on though, because we can really talk basketball next time, man. Yeah.
And I believe it was that Oscar Robinson was the first one you talk about. Russell Westbrook, triple double.
Yeah.
Oscar Robinson's the first one to ever do that.
Yeah. Now I do know that. Yeah. We'll talk about Oscar Robertson next time because he's one that you don't see a lot of, but he's known. Everybody know him. Even the young generation.
I hope they don't forget him, man, because he was fun. I mean, he was like very, because of what happened. He had he really didn't like the establishment, and that got him into a lot of trouble, whereby he has been blackballed from the NBA.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But right now, he's still around. He's still doing his thing. He is a color commentator for Indiana basketball, where he played ball at. He went to Indiana. He's doing his thing.
That's what's up.
He went to Cincinnati. Let me get it right. He went to Cincinnati. He's allowed to do that in Cincinnati, but NBA, you will not see him around. He won't go to NBA games.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since I was a kid, and we did like Black History Month back in the day, and he was always the person I picked was Oscar Robertson because he was big when I was a kid.
I want to ask you questions.
What's up?
I want to ask you questions.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll do it for sure. Well, man, it was a great conversation, man. I really appreciate you reaching out, man. That means a lot to me. I'm glad to have you on. I hope we learned something from this because I know I did. There's a few things I didn't realize, and it's finally good to hear somebody speak for Oscar Robertson. Bill Russell, because I've always been like, he got 11 championships, man. Like, you can't just base it on that, and to know it's somebody that sat him down, it's just which I knew Wilt Chamberlain was a beast. That's not neither here nor there. But anyway, this is the #iAMWHOiAM podcast. This is episode 57. So this is a quick one. Any player in the NBA with the number 57? Yeah, that's a tough one.
Somebody tell me it was somebody that played for Utah, maybe?
And if it is, I'm going to put it right here on the screen. And if it ain't, Google it. But, man, I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to have you back for sure. And this is the #iAMWHOiAM podcast, episode 57. And as always, Merry Christmas. And I'll be back. Yeah.